The Prime Minister is seeking to place legal limits on the scope of the Indigenous Voice to Parliament and executive government, restricting it to issues that specifically or differently affect Aboriginal people. Live to Olivia Casely in Canberra. Olivia, the Minister for Indigenous Australians under pressure over the Voice's remit.
Well, the Voice and what issues it will and won't be able to consult on has really dominated this final sitting week ahead of the winter break, and the opposition's really seized upon some confusion over this issue amid a pretty fiery debate over whether a Voice advisory body would be able to consult on issues such as Australia Day. Here is Liberal Senator James Paterson earlier.
Well, the government is saying now that if the Voice recommended that they wouldn't accept it. Anthony Albanese himself has said only a few months ago that it would be a very brave government that would refuse to act on the advice of the Voice. So those two things can't be true. If the Voice says let's abolish Australia Day, why wouldn't the Albanese government live up to his own personal commitment?
But the Prime Minister is moving to allay concerns, declaring Parliament will retain supremacy over decisions and that it will not be obligated to follow through on the Voice's representations. He says Parliament will remain the democratic centre of national life.
We got a question from Tom who said, how powerful will this Indigenous advisory group be?
Well, it will be a consultative body. It won't have a right of veto over the Parliament. It doesn't change any ways in which our laws are made. It simply will have the opportunity to have a voice on those matters that directly affect Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So we know, for example, there's an 8-year life expectancy gap. If you're a young Indigenous Australian, if you're a teenager today, you have more chance of going to jail than going to university. Now, we need to do better than that. When you consult people, you just get better results.
Indigenous Australians Minister Linda Burney's faced a barrage of questions on this issue this week. She says, though, a Voice advisory body is not going to be focused on culture wars. It's all about improving outcomes such as health and life expectancy rates for Indigenous Australians. Pete.